welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Melanie and I am an avid crafter, mostly cross stitch, living in the state of Michigan. Today is April 21st, so happy spring to everyone. I hope wherever you're at there's some spring. Maybe not if you're in Australia. You might be in fall. But here in Michigan, we're in spring and we've had a lot of beautiful weather. It's super sunny outside today. I've loved hearing all the robins singing. My favorite bird is a sparrow, but robins, oh, very close second. So I have been stitching a ton. Let me give you the order of things today. I'm gonna go through my finishes, my whips. I'm gonna do the giveaway and my giveaway for next time. I'm gonna throw in some crochet at the end and then life updates. So if you wanna move around in the video, you kinda know where things are at. So first off, my fully finished item, and you saw this on my cover photo. This is Bluebird Sampler by Heart and Hand. Isn't that so sweet? I finished it into a pillow, so I just stitched this on a 32 count white linen using the called for fancy floss. And on the cover of that cross stitch pattern, it shows it as a pillow. And so I was in love with that. So I found this checked fabric, this blue checked fabric at Joann Fabrics, which made a perfect backing. And then I found this ribbon. So this ribbon is, if you want to see the name of it, I also got this at Joann. It's brand Offray. And it's a 5/8 inch by 9 foot section. And it's just so cute because it has like the little trim addition to it. I just thought it'd be perfect. So I added that right along the seam. And then I thought it would be so much fun to make a button flower. So I found a shop on Etsy that they sell like 100 random buttons for, I think it's like $8 or something. And so I got some random buttons and sorted through that, and I've got 3 of them stacked here. So this big one, kind of a clear blue one, and then a little flower button. And I thought that looked so cute. A little flower button. So I really love how this turned out. I stuffed it with polyfill, sewed it closed on the bottom. Yeah, so it's out in my spring display, and I thought I'd share that one with you guys. So much fun. So much fun to actually see them done. I need to do more fully finishing because once you see them and then they're out in your decor and you can just stare at them, it's so wonderful. So that was my finish for this time. Let's talk finishes. So I have a goal this year. Out of my whips, I think I have around 39, 40 whips. I picked 13, kind of like one for every month and then one as a stretch goal that I wanted to really focus on and get done. And so I'm doing those one at a time, stitching it till it's fully finished and then moving on to the next item. So the one that I finished since we last met is Country Cottage Needleworks. Love lives here. I think this is such a sweet design. I'm a big fan of Valentine colors with the pink and the red, and then the little birds falling in love. This is just such a sweet pattern. So I stitched mine on 36 count Mayflower, 2 over 2, and it's finished, and I'm so happy. So here's the finish. Isn't that precious? And I have to say, like, I know the border looks super intimidating on this one, but it went quickly because they're just squares on that inner border. It's kind of like good TV stitching, right? You know the pattern, it's repetitive. And then you have to pay attention, you know, on the vines, but it goes quick, kind of like words, because it's only like, you know, 1 stitch thick. It wasn't bad at all. And it was so worth it because I think this is just the sweetest design. Love lives here. I love the colors. It was mainly Weeks Dye Works, I think. So let's see. No, I take that back. It was all classic colorwork. So that pink is Shrimp Cocktail, and the red was Ribbon Red. And I loved it. I loved every stitch on this. I think I'm planning to do a simple finish in a frame, like they show on the cover photo here. I just think in that frame, the white frame is so pretty. So I think I'm gonna be on the hunt for just a simple white frame, and then I can keep it up year round. So that was my finish for this time. Now let's talk whips. I did a lot of stitching. Life was busy. I'll talk about that at the end, but I did get a lot of stitching done. So since I finished that whip, I moved on to the next whip that I had listed in my list of 13. And that is Spring Awakens by Brenda Gervais. This is just absolutely adorable. This was a market release, I believe, last year. I think it was last year. And that little robin in the basket, I'm a huge bunny fan, but the fact that they're pulling a robin in the basket just took it to a whole level of cuteness that I can't even. So I'm stitching mine on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, 2/2, and here is where I got to. So I think the last time I showed this, I definitely had this bunny done, and I had the robin done, and I had like a portion of this bunny. So since then I filled in the apron. I chose to use a brighter white on her apron. It called for the same kind of very soft, muted, beigey white that's in here. What was the name of that floss? I think it was, oh, I don't have it. I think it was like a DMC dull beige or something. But I really love a bright, crisp white apron. So I changed her apron to bright white. And I'm just moving along. So I'm hoping this month that I can get this one finished and keep on with the rest of my whips. A lot of fun stitching this one, nothing too tricky. Again, the border, you know, it's got the little flowers and the bees. So I think that's gonna go quickly because it's like one stitch border, but I'm really having a lot of fun with that. All right, next whip. So my next whip, I am working on the Mill Hill Santa ornaments. There are, I think I counted 72 in total. I am just purchasing them a little at a time. And I started back in 1999 with one of their first ones, Northwood Santa's Pine Tree Santa. Reason being is because he has little bunnies at his feet, and I just thought that was absolutely adorable. So I'm happy to report that I got the stitching done. It took me a little while to get this done, and not because it is a tough stitch, just because I have so many whips in my rotation, but I was finally able to get all of the stitching done on him. Isn't that adorable? Those funky Santa pants are so cute. When I was stitching, I was like, these are pretty crazy pants for Santa, but hey, you know, Santa can do what he wants. So I really had a lot of fun stitching this. I'm excited to do the beads. I'm gonna watch Calico Whimsy, Christine at Calico Whimsy. I'm gonna watch her channel for some tips because she does these all the time, and she's got some really good videos on tips how to, you know, the best way she does her beading, the easiest way she does her beading. So I'm gonna brush up on one of those videos, I think, and then give this a try. So hopefully next time, in my next video, I will have all the beautiful shiny beads on this one. Let me bring him in closer. Just so sweet. Those bunnies at his feet are just so sweet. A lot of fun. These are a lot of fun. The vision for those, obviously, is to have an entire Christmas tree that would be just the Mill Hill Santas. I think that would be fun. I think it would be so fun. Okay, and then I'm stitching this with my friend Amanda, the Alba Stitcher. I will put the name of the stitch along here. I think it's Spring Bunny Friends Sale, I think is what we're calling it. This is by Pansy Patch Quilts, Hester's Special Delivery. How beautiful is that? I just love the color variegation in this pattern. My mom got me this. I think she got it for my birthday. I had it in my stash. I was super excited to stitch it, but you know, trying not to start more things. And then I saw Amanda stitching it, and I was like, let's stitch along together. So I also took a piece of my 36 count Mayflower to use for this one. That's by Fox and Rabbit. It's a beautiful, this just cream neutral color. I did not want the fabric to overpower this or be very busy because of, you know, obviously because of all the variegation in the colors of the floss itself. So I thought like a more muted, simple fabric would be best, and it's looking really good. And here's where I got to. Isn't that so sweet? Bunny buns. But I worked on that house. So that house is Weeks Dye Work Schneckerly? Is that how you say it? I always look at one and second guess myself. Schneckley. Weeks Dye Work Schneckley. But isn't the variegation so pretty? I love the colors in this one. I think the last time I showed you I had started on the house, so I had the roof, and then I had some of the windows and some of the door, and then I just started on that yellow Schneckley this time and just went to town. So I've got to finish the windows in this. I've got to put in, I think it's parchment, Weeks Dye Works parchment on the windows in there, and then the house will be done. So I definitely want to continue stitching on this. I think that'll be a lot of fun for spring. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So if you want to join us, that hashtag that I flashed, it's for any bunny sal or any bunny stitch that you've got going on. So it doesn't have to be this one. Any bunny stitching, just tag that hashtag. I'd love to see your pieces. I am obsessed with the bunnies. Okay, and then lastly for my whips, I decided to do a stitch every month this year. Which has been, you know, a task to keep up with because you have all these stitching plans every month, but then you got to make time to get your monthly stitching done. So far, I have been keeping up, and I am currently on April. So this is the Lizzie Kate Flip It stamp. It comes, every kit comes with 3 buttons, and it's not a kit, it's just the pattern, and it comes with 3 buttons, and those 3 buttons are like strategically placed into the design. This month, it's like those light blue buttons. Isn't that so pretty? I love the colors of the eggs in the basket. This one is so much fun. I'm having so much fun with this. Now, what I have been doing before is I've been doing the border and then kind of doing the bulk of the stitching here and the word for the month. But this time, I couldn't help myself, and I went to town on the basket because it's just so adorable. So I am stitching this one on 32 count light mocha, which is the same color of fabric I used on last month, March, when I showed the leprechaun. And here is where I got to. So that beautiful color in the border is, let me see, I think it's Camellia? I think it's Camellia by Weeks Dye Works. It's just this beautiful soft pink. And then the eggs, I just adored them. I switched up here. I wanted to see more purple because I already had such a big blue egg. So I switched the lilac and Morris blue here to have a bigger purple egg. And I'm just loving how that turns out. My plan is, so if you look behind me here, I already finished November quite a while back because that turkey just called to me. I saw it. It was before I decided to do this whole like monthly stitch along. So I bought that stand, and my plan is to fully finish them, and then with that clip, I can just swap them out every month. So that's the plan. So when November comes around, I will be fully finishing this guy, and then you guys will be able to see how that looks with a fully finished piece on that stand. I'm excited about it. Okay, so let's talk giveaway. The winner from last time, so I had offered to give away this bunny bag. I love it so much. So many of you commented on the fabric and that you liked how the peach matched with this and how the bunny charm matched with the bouncing bunny. I don't even know. Someone on Etsy must have planned that somehow. But I love this one so much. It's been a lot of fun. I'm still sewing several of them. I'll have them up in my Etsy shop probably in the next 2 weeks. If you're interested, you can pop in. But I wanted to give this away. This is the first one that I finished. And the winner, you had to put the word bunny in your comment. And the winner of this bag is All the Stitches 37. So congratulations. Thank you so much for your kind comment, for stopping by and supporting my channel. I really, really hope that you put a fun, springy, Eastery project in this and enjoy it for many years to come. So I will get that in the mail to you. Just down in the description box below, I'll have my email. I'm also on Instagram as Mellie Ellie Stitches. You can find me there too. Whichever is easiest for you, just send me an email and I will get it out to you. And the giveaway for this time, a friend gave this pattern to me and I absolutely adore it. I think it's so beautiful. But when I look at my must stitch list, so I've made a list of, it's hard, right? There's so many beautiful patterns and they're coming out all the time and I want to start all the things. So for me to like focus in, I made a must stitch list and I went through all the patterns that I've got and all the patterns that I don't have that I've seen, and I put them and ranked them in order on a list. Right now that list is at like 60 items. So that's gonna set me for like the next 20 years. So some of these patterns that I know I'm just not gonna get a chance to get to, I would like to share. And so this one is called Quaker Rejoice. It's absolutely beautiful and it's by My Big Toe Designs. I love a Quaker. The motifs on this I think are so beautiful. I love the saying. That's one of my very favorite sayings. And the bird in the middle. So I just think this is such a fun pattern. I think the photo is not doing it justice. If you look at the different colors in those Quakers, like a bright blue and then a deeper green and a red, I think in person this is probably incredible. And I have not seen anyone stitch this. Let's see, this was from 2020, My Big Toe Designs 2020. It's all weeks dye work threads, but like eggplant is used, rum raisin. Yeah, those are some beautiful blue suede. Those are some beautiful colors. Chesapeake. So I think this is going to be stunning. If you would like to be entered into the drawing for next time to win this, just put the word bird in your comment. It's a great time to talk about a bird because, like I said, the robins are going crazy. It's just all the spring is happening. So just put the word bird in your comment. Okay, I'm going to share a quick little crochet project I've got that I'm working on, and then I'll do some life updates and the happy card. So I've really been loving crochet lately. I'm working on my niece Abby's blanket, and I'm still continuing to work through the green section on that. But I saw this yarn, and I wanted to show you guys this. This is Lion brand, Feels Like Butter. It sure does. It is so soft. I love how Lion has kind of reinvented their branding. Like they've kind of like modernized their labels and made them look much more like soft, and the color palettes, I don't know. I think that they're really doing a good job. So this is, let's see, I think this is 100% acrylic, 100% polyester. It is so soft. It is so soft. And so I was browsing through Instagram and decided I want to learn how to make a granny square. And I saw this beautiful blanket where it was literally just a bunch of mini granny squares all weaved together. And so I've picked a color palette. I'll show you the next color in my next video, but this first one is Ice. So that's gonna be the first color of my blanket, and I've just been going through and making little mini granny squares. How tiny and adorable is that? Right. So all these tiny little guys, I'm gonna, with all the colors that I chose, just continue to stitch them together. It's gonna take me a long time, and that's okay. I really like sitting down in the morning and having my first cup of coffee and just making a granny square, because you know, those of you who do crochet know they're just so fun and quick, and you get this tiny little finish. I haven't blocked any of these yet, but I probably have, well, I have quite a few in my basket so far. So I'm just gonna keep going, and I think I'm almost done with my first skein of yarn, this first one. So I'm gonna move on to my next color next. So I'll show you another batch of granny squares next video. Okay, that's it for the projects. Let's talk about life. Life has been great. Life has been busy. Like I said, the weather here in Michigan has been absolutely beautiful. We hired some landscapers and they're completely redoing my patio. I've got a brick paver patio. The nicest guys, and they've done such a good job. So we've got big plans for the patio this summer. We're gonna do a lot of barbecuing, me and Matt. So in my next video, when it's complete, I'll enter a picture of the completed project. I got out there and I cleaned out the gardens, you know, all the leaves and the debris, and they're all raked and ready. So in a couple weeks, I try not to plant before my birthday. My birthday's May 14th, and so I usually kind of use that as a rule. like, do not plant plants before that day, because I've had the experience where I'm out there with a sheet trying to cover all the plants and it's snowing, and so I'm really looking forward to that, to doing the gardens. We had Easter with the family. It was so much fun. All the kids were just, it was a beautiful day. And so they were running around, and we did an Easter egg hunt, and all the kids were running around. I've got 6 little nieces and 1 nephew, and they had so much fun. And then I had them hide some eggs for the older 2 cousins, Grace and Millie, and that was so much fun. So we really enjoyed Easter this year. It felt like a really good family time, you know, a really good family bonding time. It's hard sometimes with little kids because there's a lot of sickness and stuff that goes around in the winter and Christmas and stuff. So, you know, with my family being as big as it is, there's 4 siblings. You know, Christmas or Thanksgiving, it's always like a roll of the dice. Is it going to be 1 family, 3 families, you know, however it goes. But we had a really good time. And then last night we went to the Armada High School, and my niece Grace and Millie had 2, I think they're leading roles in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If you're familiar with that play or that movie, Amelia was Mrs. Gloop, Augustus Gloop's mother, and Grace was Veruca Salt's mother. So it was so much fun. They really had a good time, and my other 2 little nieces came, and their eyes were just huge in the audience, like, oh my gosh, those are my cousins. It's so important. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, my plans here are just continuing to do some sewing. I'm going to continue to work on these whips. I'm really hoping I can get through Spring Awakens and then start my next one. I haven't decided what my next one will be, but I really want to get 12 to 13 done this year. This is my hope. So, okay, let's do a happy card. I think I'm getting close to the end of these happy cards. There were 30 in the deck. What's this? Okay, so we're on 23. I am resilient. I am resilient. If my mood wavers, it doesn't stay that way permanently. I allow myself to feel my feelings until I can refocus my thoughts on the positive. I do not judge myself for being human. I am resilient. I like that one. I like that one. And I think that's so applicable too to, like, I work for the automotive company. I work for Ford Motor Company, and I'm an engineer. And it's a very, very stressful job. Great people. I work with great people, great environment, but a lot of responsibility, very stressful. And sometimes it can just get you so worked up. You know, your stress level, your anxiety level. And I've really been making it a focus lately to just sit in that moment and say, yes, it's very stressful, but it's not going to last forever, right? It's not going to rain forever. Take a deep breath. You've got this. So yeah, that's a good reminder of that it's okay to sit in the moment. It's okay to feel the feelings in the moment, and then just be resilient and move on. If you can. So until I see you guys again, it'll probably be 3 weeks before I come back. If you want to be entered into the giveaway for Quaker Rejoice, make sure you enter Bird in the comment. And thanks for stopping by and visiting with me. I always love interacting with you guys when you leave comments. That's why I do Flosstube. You know, I don't do it for the subscribers or any of that. To me, it's connecting with you guys in the comments and meeting fellow stitchers and talking about stitchy stuff, right? Because that's what the community is about. So leave me a comment if you want to chat, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.